Here it is, the state of the company address. This only comes up every quarter. And this quarter, this particular one that we're having on Monday, April 21st, that's this Monday, April 21st at 8 p.m. at the Zoom link that you see there, or go to thinksuccess.plus, it's there. Plug your entire team in, make sure they are in attendance and get in early because it will fill up. And then you'll have to watch the recording. They'll get it out as fast as they can, but sometimes it takes a few days, to get it edited and all that stuff, how they want it to, be formatted. So make sure you're on this call. Get on the call. If you're on the call on the phone, because you can dial in as well, and there's details on that, and you're just conference people in if it's full. It's going to be a huge call because we have some game changers going on. Okay, there's some major things happening. You've already heard, we heard a little bit about autosave coming out with Proton, powered by our Proton platform, with personalized energy pricing, with guaranteed savings of up to 10% and never, ever guaranteed to be never higher than the utility. This is a powerful platform. No one's ever done this before. I'm going to talk a little bit about this as well, but I want you to see, and I'm going to put something else in here. I needed to put this in here. I thought I did. But we have rooftop. So I should put this in here. Rooftop. I typed that in the wrong way. Sorry. Rooftop solar is one of the things that we have going on, and then expansion. All right. So these are the things that we're going to be talking about right now. What I'm going to focus this call on is these topics that you see here on the screen. These are all game changers. As far as I'm concerned, these are game-changing topics. And what I do, start over from the beginning? My apologies. Let's get back to that. So first, game changers. First of all, community solar is a game changer for us, specific and different than anybody else, any other companies that are out there. Because we all know we have the largest sales force that exists in the community solar space in America. We are the largest sales force that exists and we have such incredible training and know-how and expertise beyond anyone else. We're the largest, most educated force of representatives. We can't even call ourselves salespeople, advisors that are out there teaching people about community solar, something they don't know about, to bring it to them. We've become the largest marketplace now as well with our partnerships, because I don't think there's anyone else who has more development partnerships with developers than we do. We're in a major amount of states. We're about to open our 12th state within the next 4 to 6 weeks, is what I just heard on our founders call today. In the state of Delaware, it's going to become our 12th state for community solar. There's incredible amounts of discounts here. The dual billing markets are shifting into become utility consolidated billing markets, just like New Jersey did, just like Virginia and New York and Illinois already are, and just like Maryland is about to become by January, roughly. That's the focus. It could even be sooner than that. But their mandate is to have it done by January 1st, according to their own regulations and laws in that state. So we have some major things happening here. We have incredible amounts of capacity coming up, and you're going to see some things in some states that we've never had access to before. Can't tell you exactly what it is, but there's going to be some things that we have not had access to ever in community solar coming up. And Illinois, you guys are going to be very happy about that. That's all I can say. We're also on the Think Smart side. If you haven't been paying attention, Think Smart is our proprietary technology. And this is the genius of what Michael Falquist set up. Michael Falquist acquired this technology. I was with him 7 years ago. My wife and I spent the day with Michael and Christian and Roop. Roop is our CFO. This was before Think Energy even existed, before his company Energywell even existed. That is the parent company to Think Energy and to us. So before that even started, I had met with him and he had talked to us about, wouldn't it be great if we could have platforms where you can actually look at the customer's bill and based on their usage habits and give them customized pricing so that you're really rewarding people for doing great behaviors in the energy sector, even higher. Reward everybody, but give higher reward to people who are helping out the grid, so to speak. And I didn't understand it really at that time, but he had me bring my bill in and I looked at it. He put it through his system. He said, you have great indicators, your characteristics on your energy bill with your usage throughout the year. These are great characteristics. We could actually get you a greater discount on your bill if we had this technology. And he was talking about in the future having it. Well, then a couple of years went by and he then acquired through his company, Energy Well, he acquired the Proton platform. And then he got a $100 million investment from Oak Tree Capital, which is their parent company is Brookfield, a $200 billion publicly traded company. And those organizations gave him $100 million in capital commitment to expand that Proton platform. They've probably put 30 or $40 million worth of development into the platform since acquiring it. And it's years down the road, like light years beyond anyone else. So now we find ourselves in the state of Texas being able to now provide the Think Smart technology to all of our customers. Any customer can simply connect their thermostat to it and unlock a guaranteed savings every single month through micro adjustments, not turning your thermostat off and letting your house go up to 85 degrees. That's what the dumb companies with the dumb technology do. Our technology, Proton Think Smart, is smart technology. We're the only ones making these micro adjustments where no one even knows that we're capturing money for them. They don't see any change at all on their thermostat. And so the Proton platform, not only does it allow us to do that, it's also the same technology, which again, this Proton technology this is a proprietary technology. No one else has it. It's allowing us to do our autosave program. No one else has the Proton technology. And when they realize what we're doing and this actually hits the market, they're going to be playing catch up. It's going to take them a couple of years to adapt. And by that time, where will we be? They'll be shooting for the mark where we are now, but we'll be 2 years down the road. And so that's what an innovator does in the marketplace. And that's the genius of Michael Falquist and Christian MacArthur and Roop Buller, our CFO. They all had the vision to go out and do this way before anyone even thought about it. And that's what true leaders do. True visionaries, they see something before the masses do. And that's what we have with autosave. This vision that Michael Falquist had, this, historic vision, is allowing us to now be at a point where we're going to find out all of the details about autosave. The ability to say to someone, and the only company that can say this, sign up with us, never renew. You don't have to ever renew. Just set it and forget it, and we'll monitor your bill. And you will never, ever pay more than the utility, and we'll guarantee you savings up to 10%. Guys, that is an amazing thing. It's allowing, the word is starting to get out about this now in the energy sector in circles. There's been some press releases, some other, some of the state utility commissions have figured out a little bit about how this is working now, and they're leaking it out to different news outlets. It's amazing what's happening. And when you're out there doing that and you're the first one in the market, you have massive expansion that's able to happen. And that's where we are right now. You're going to learn all the details about this platform starting on Monday on the State of the Company call. You do not want to miss it. You're going to hear things that you have not heard yet about this. All the details have not been put out there. We're just basically getting the initial word out. And the initial word in these groups of people who are in the energy sector and organizations and companies that would never have partnered with an energy company because of the fear that if they partnered with an energy company, and then they brought their employees aboard as customers, or they brought their members aboard, or their volunteers, or whoever. A church, is sometimes afraid to partner with an energy company in the energy sector unless they can guarantee that it will never be higher than the utility. and not cost the customer anything and no fees or penalties. See, all of those things are things that we're doing. And so it's allowing organizations, companies, individuals, churches, nonprofits to look at what we're doing and saying, wow, there's no way for me to take a reputational hit to my reputation for bringing this to my network, because there's no way, no mechanism for anyone who signs up to ever pay more than the utility. And that is a big deal, you guys, along with a guarantee of savings. So very powerful, and something that's never hit, that's just about to hit the industry. So find out all about this. We have a lot of states that are in various stages of being projected to for when they're going to open. And it's coming very soon here. So get on the call about that. You're also going to hear about Think Local on this call. We've been talking about this. We dripped out some information at our national convention last year. They've started to move the program forward. It's been going through beta testing and working with organizations and things like that. And this Think Local program, this is a program, I'm not going to get into all the details here, but it's something where, if you think about it this way, think about our entire company, 14,000 energy advisors that are out gathering customers. We're doing what we do normally, naturally. We gather customers, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, eventually millions of customers. And every time a customer gets acquired, a little bit of money, like $5 to $10 or something like that per customer, is going to be put into a community cash segment in your back office. And you're going to be able to donate that to causes. Think about how powerful that is, and how monumental that is in the industry. This is just money that would normally be profits for the company that they are setting aside. And it's not a small amount per customer. And they're setting that aside so that we can then utilize it with local organizations, especially the ones that want to engage with us, because we engage with them. So this is something that's going to be perceived in the, out in the public, not from the energy advisor side, but from the public side, from the customer side. This is our philanthropic push to we already have had philanthropic push with our saving, protecting 6 million, 7 million trees in the rainforest through our partnership with One Tribe. This is something on a whole extra level beyond. Okay, and what I've heard, and I think Michael said we could kind of leak this out, is that people who get onto this call on April 21st, onto the State of the Company call, there's going to be extra money given to you in your community cash if you're on that call, and we're going to have a way to verify that you're on that call. And so, yes, you want to get on that call and get your team onto that call. So I leaked it out. I think I'm allowed to, but he said, hey, let's start leaking this out. We should probably do that. So you guys, then you look at rooftop solar, a brand new product line, but innovative. Again, we're not partnering with one company that just nationally says, hey, we can do everything for you in every state, because we know for a fact, just like community solar, there are certain developers in certain markets that on a market by market basis, each market is a little bit different, and someone is the greatest company in that state. And so just like we did with community solar, we sought out the best developers in each state. We're doing the same thing on rooftop solar. And we have Shed in the state of Connecticut. So Shed may not be the greatest company in all of the markets that we want to go into, but because we have such a big footprint, now we can go to think about this. I wonder how many calls every day. Like if you owned a rooftop solar installation company, if you were the owner of that company and you wanted to install, you couldn't make money unless you were installing rooftop solar systems or ground mount. We do ground mount as well. But if you were in that business, who would you want to partner with? Would you want to partner with an organization that has 5 people in 2 states, or would you rather partner with an organization that has 14,000, representatives in all over the entire country? That's what we have. And so I can imagine how many of these rooftop solar companies are begging to have Think Energy be their representative, like be their partner. Like, we'd like to get our services into your network. Now we're in the driver's seat, okay, because of what we've done with community solar, because of what we've done with electricity, because of what we've done with all the services that we offer. Now we're in the driver's seat. We get to pick. So, guys, that's a major place to be. And rooftop solar is a major moneymaker, up to $1,250 simply for having somebody come aboard as a customer, and you don't do anything except refer them. You get paid for the referral. Your customer gets paid for the referral. You get points that can help you get promoted and get on the trips, the leadership trips that we have, and make a lot of money. So there's just a lot of money in this thing. So if you put in, somebody said, well, what's the easiest way in Connecticut for me to make $1,000 a month? I said, put in 20 leads for rooftop solar. You'll give $1,000 away to your 20 leads, $50 each, and you'll get $1,000 just right there for doing it. And then all the other stuff, when they become a customer and getting residuals, think about this. All of these rooftop solar people that are selling rooftop solar all around America, they are not getting residual income. We get 10 years of residual income from rooftop solar, just like we get residual for community solar, another innovative thing. Most companies that are out there, there's no such thing as residual income with community solar. I don't know of any other. I think we may be the only one. And so the same thing on the rooftop solar. People are like, no way, you can't pay residuals on rooftop solar. That's what we're hearing from rooftop solar reps. And it's like, sorry, we are. We have an innovative new way of doing things. We're paying the customer for their time because we partnered with the best company and we know they're going to take care of the customer. This is expanding to other markets. It's not going to be just Connecticut for that much, for very long. And finally, expansion. We are in the phase of doing some major expansion, not just in products and services, but into states and bringing things into the states. Like, for instance, we have a new initiative that's starting today. It looks like in the cart, you're going to see it probably hit your carts this afternoon for the state of Maryland. If you type in a BGE, a Baltimore Gas and Electric zip code sometime today or tonight, it's going to pop up with a new 25% savings offer for low and moderate income customers in that state. It's an incredible thing. We have 750 slots from what I'm hearing. We need to fill those things before the end of June, by June 30th. And it's going to open up about 6 or 7 or 8,000 more slots for us outside and all over the state of Maryland and beyond. We're entering into the state of Delaware, not only with autosave coming up in third quarter, but it's going to be a community solar market. And here's the cool thing about that market with expansion. In Delaware, community solar is going to be 10% savings. It will be dual billing, but small commercial customers, no matter how big their bill, SGS rate class, small commercial, that's small general service, SGS, in Delaware, no matter how big the bill, they qualify. If they're an SGS commercial customer on their bill, they get the discount. And here's the thing. When you can go into commercial with community solar, even if it's dual billing, they don't care because they're going to pay their bill anyway. It's just on autopilot. They don't care. They don't care who they're automatically paying. Just give us the discount. So it's the adoption rate with customers in the commercial sector is way higher with dual billing than it is on the residential side. So Delaware is going to become one of our top markets out of nowhere. They're just on our map for electricity, and we don't even have a lot of things going on there yet. But now all of a sudden we will. And you guys, there is more coming. Not allowed to tell you everything because we're sworn to secrecy under a non-disclosure agreement, but there are some major things happening that are just as groundbreaking as anything that's on this list that's coming up soon. So the company will not sleep. This company keeps rolling. And I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss. This will be our biggest call in the history of our company. This will be the most information in the history of our company about the most unbelievable products that we've ever had in the history of our company. No one's ever been able to pull off autosave. Most companies never even thought about it. They don't even know. They're just in the rate game. And so getting onto this call is such a big deal. I cannot tell you and impress upon you how much you need to get your team on and get logged in early so you do not miss it. Okay. This would be like the kind of thing where you go and have a house party, a watch party at your house or at a business or something like that. Get all your teams together and have a watch party. This is the big one. This is a huge call, monumental for everyone. So you guys, just wanted to share that with you. If you can't see how excited I am about it, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but I have never been so excited about this. This is all I'm going to be talking about with advisors and new people that are taking a look at this, including people that, are just, well, maybe they're even thinking about becoming an advisor. Three-way call them into the call or get them on a watch party with you or something like that, because this will, when they hear what's happening with our company on this call, they are going to want to participate. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put it into the chat. I know I've spoken for way too long already. It's 30 minutes, and I usually don't like to try to keep it to 30. But you guys, there's so many things happening. I am going to put that up on the screen again, just to make sure you can take screenshots of this. Make the extra call, make the extra text, make the extra post, reach out to people. Anyone who ever told you no, that they wouldn't be an advisor with on your team that you reached out to, you got to get them on this call. Because when somebody realizes that they can participate in a money-making opportunity where they don't have to sell anything to anyone. They don't have to ask anyone for money. And it's going to guaranteed lower the cost of their electric bill and never, ever be more than the utility forever, and get paid upfront bonuses through promotions plus residual income on those customers, whether they're with the utility company or whether they're with Think Energy, doesn't matter. Once they're on the program with AutoSave, it is a residual rocket ship. It's going to take our baseline residuals across the entire company, across all of the advisors. It's going to raise our baseline residual higher. The floor will be higher, and the ceiling will be even higher as well. So it's going to move residuals up across the board. So, couldn't be more excited about it. I'll give it another minute or so, a second or so, 30 seconds or so, in case anybody has a question. Feel free to put it into the chat. And again, if not, I'm going to let everybody go. We've got this recorded. We'll get this out as soon as we can. I'm going to encourage you and your team. I'll make it just this part of it, like why you need to be on the call. I'll take that out so that it's a shorter call so that people can be part of it. Pastor Isaac for AutoSave. Hi, Tony. Great call. Appreciate that. Will the 10% savings be on the supply side of the bill? Yes, it'll be on the supply side of the bill. It's an electricity offering, so it'll be guaranteed up to 10% savings on the supply portion of their bill. Absolutely. So appreciate that. Gamaliel. All right. Appreciate you being on. Great news. Yeah, fantastic. Guys, the company is not sleeping. Even though we've launched things in the state of Texas that are brand new and groundbreaking with our Think Smart technology, and now we have more money being pumped into that market through promotions than ever before, we're like the go-to company in the state of Texas now. Everybody's coming to our company. All the other network marketing companies, there's all these network marketing companies that have gone out of business. Some of them are going to go out of business because of all the things that are going on in the world right now. And they're all coming to us because they realize, wow, you guys are selling electricity. There's no product. I don't have to worry about tariffs. I don't have to worry about importing goods. I don't have to worry about pharmaceuticals, or I don't have to worry about any of that. This is electricity. It comes from within our country. And you can save me money. We can save money and make money. That's why people are coming aboard. So it's amazing what we have. But let me tell you this, and listen to this carefully, right? If you think that what we have now in Texas, I wish I could say more, but I can't. If you think what we have now in Texas is going to be like the top of where it can possibly be, think again, because this company is not sleeping. This proton technology that we have that is connected with Think Smart is something that can be used many, many ways in all of the states. We haven't even discussed how the fact that when we bring in this autosave program to all of the states that we're bringing it into, 5, 6, 7, 8 markets, whatever it is this year, and maybe more after that, maybe all of our markets eventually. Um, there's no telling what can happen when you bring in Think Smart into an autosave market like Pennsylvania, Illinois, Delaware. When you think about Washington, D.C., you think about all these markets. I mean, all the markets, and then in the Northeast, a lot of smart thermostat markets and smart meter markets. It's amazing what they'll be able to do when they combine these two technologies together for the first time, which we haven't even announced that yet. It will happen. We just haven't even announced it yet. That's something that's coming that hasn't even hit yet. So you guys get on the call.